Okay. Hey everyone. Happy 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I guess. Just took a second to remember what day it was. It's Thursday, so that's cool. Tomorrow's Friday. That's still cool, I guess. I'm excited for the work week to be over and a weekend of staying at home playing Animal Crossing. Which, again, even if we weren't in a pandemic, I would probably be staying at home playing Animal Crossing, but, it's different. Um, did anything exciting happen today? Of course not. Hearthstone did a new expansion, and my dad, even though I'm not really playing Hearthstone, my dad is still calling me with his Hearthstone questions. So, yesterday, while he was playing, they updated some cards, I guess because they introduced a new class for the first time and it was too good, and my dad was playing it, and like during his game he was like, I played this card last game and it did this, and then I played it the next game and it changed. So I had to go on Twitter and explain to him what had happened, and then he called me back to complain that they'd gotten rid of cards in his deck, but there were these other decks that he didn't like that were still good, and I had to, I guess, justify why Hearthstone didn't do what he wanted, which was fun. I did my best. Um, I made a maze in Animal Crossing that I'm pretty sure I will regret, but they said I needed more fences on my island, so I don't know what I was supposed to do other than build a maze out of fences. Um, Trolls 2 comes out tomorrow, I guess. We did watch Trolls 1 in preparation a couple nights ago. That's not a lie, but it's because the McElroy brothers are in Trolls 2 that I want to see Trolls 2. And Britt had already seen Trolls 1 and was like, we could watch Trolls 2, so I need to get all the backstory so that I'd understand what I'm sure is a complicated plot in Trolls 2. I don't think I would have picked it up without the first movie. Um, I have been drinking today, so that's a new energy I'm bringing to the live stream. Right now I'm just having water though, so I have not yet started doing a my own fanfic live stream drinking game, but we're still in the early days here, so who knows what next month may bring. Uh, that is probably why I keep zoning out though, so it'll be better once I'm reading, because then I just look at the phone. These live chat sessions sure are fun though. I'm sure everyone enjoys it. Uh, yeah, I think Bunny Day is ending soon in Animal Crossing. I think it's the last day is Sunday, which will be a wonderful blessing to stop getting eggs all the fucking time. I hate them. I did eat them to get egg power today, which was nice because then I could dig up my trees to make my great maze. Everything you say about Animal Crossing sounds like a weird lie if you have not played Animal Crossing, but all of this is true and things you can do in game. Got a really snazzy grape hat today. It's like a bunch of grapes on my head. It's so good. And a cool coat that looks like what the Centauri. God, I can't believe I forgot that word. I had one cider. What's happening? Anyway, what the Centauri wear in Babylon 5, which is a reference that will help no one but me, but it does look like that. I'm very fancy. Here comes the cat. Yeah, so today we are reading Bellamy's point of view of Mutual. I don't actually know how long this is because it's part of a collection. I don't think it's longer than the original, so I'm guessing, 20 to 40 minutes tops. And then, as I've said the last two times, I did come up with a schedule. You can find that on Google Docs. It's in the about of this channel, etc., etc. But we're going to be doing the rest of Mutual, that series, through the end of this month on Thursdays. So we are starting that tonight, and well, we're continuing that tonight. We started it last week, and we're just powering through. I am cuddling the cat against her will, so if you hear an anguished howl, it's because she wants to escape and I don't want to let her because I want cuddles. She's a good cat. Okay. Oh no, her claw got stuck in me. Bye, Nike. Oh, she's coming back. You can't stay awake, can you? Oh, you're so cute. She's petting herself on my laptop. Hopefully that won't make a weird noise. Think I've mentioned that 8 is usually when she gets her treats, so she's not happy that this is the time I've chosen to do this. But I listened to the Google poll, so sorry, Nike. The internet has spoken. They didn't know that this was your treat time because I didn't tell them and I put it up as an option. I think it's good for her to wait. She is very cute. Echo is also in here, but she's just sitting on the cat tree staring at me. It's a very weird vibe. Echo likes to just sit and stare. That's kind of her thing. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but yes, she's a very weird cat. Yeah, just gonna give it another minute or so and then we'll dive in. As always, I know we all know, maybe we don't all know the drill. I know the drill by now. I assume you know the drill. I assume we're all sort of on the same vague page here. Whew. I am bad at this pre-reading chatter, y'all. Whatever. Let's just dive in. Okay, so yeah, this is Mutual Bellamy POV. Not to brag, but Bellamy's pretty good with celebrities. He grew up in Los Angeles and started working shitty retail jobs basically as soon as he was legally able to do so, which means that he started encountering beautiful, famous people pretty early on. He's not immune to the occasional bout of hero worship. One time, Harrison Ford came into a restaurant he was working at and he had to go out back to have a private freakout. But for the most part, it doesn't faze him. At best, he gets kind of a fun story, and at worst, he finds a person whose work he enjoyed is actually a dick. But mostly it's just another part of life. He's used to it. Not a big deal at all. But seriously, he likes Clark Griffin. Not on any deep personal level, but she's gorgeous and currently starring in his favorite show, and she talks a lot about bisexuality and representation and seems generally pretty cool whenever he encounters her in interviews or gift sets. As a person, she seems more serious than her character in Gered, always self-conscious about how she comes across, but it's kind of endearing, honestly. And again, she's really gorgeous. He's sad, it's fine. He's leaning into it. All of which means that Clark Griffin wandering into his store one rainy afternoon is kind of a crisis, but not nearly as much of one as it could be. Because, again, he's good with celebrities. Even his current celebrity crush. Even his current celebrity crush who is wet and kind of scowling and wow, she's cute in person. In addition to beautiful and, yeah, stay on track, Blake. When her gaze hits him, he cocks his head and gives her a wry smile. It's hard to be completely professional when she looks grumpy and half-drowned. Celebrities, they're just like us. Hi, he says. Can I help you? Umbrellas, she asks, sounding hopeful. Stand in the back. She looks around like she's not sure what he means by the back, and it's not like he's doing anything else. Right this way, he says, slipping out from behind the counter and leading her to the small rack of umbrellas. It's not the kind of thing that it requires additional interaction, but it's Clark Griffin. She's a few inches shorter than he is, and her hair's pulled back in a neat braid. She's dressed well without seeming particularly stylish, just a grayish Henley jeans, and she looks older than 24 and tired. He's never going to see her again. He might as well make conversation. I'm resisting the urge to ask if it's really coming down out there, but that really feels like what I should be saying, he says, because he never claimed to be good at conversation. Social conditioning. She lets out a small huff of a laugh, almost reluctant. I can confirm it's really coming down out there. I knew it. He stops by the umbrellas and waves at them vaguely. All the umbrellas you can eat. How many umbrellas do people usually eat? She's looking more amused by the second, so he figures he can lean into it. You know, that's the kind of thing I don't ask as a professional. What my customers do with their umbrellas in the privacy of their own home is their business. This time, her smile is real and bright, with a flash of white teeth, and his stupid stomach flips. It's not like he's bad with people, but his sense of humor is kind of, well, his sister tells him it's terrible embarrassing. And he knows a lot of the time he just scrapes by in his looks in terms of charm, but his looks definitely aren't going to impress Clark Griffin, so he's amusing her on his own merits. which is awesome. He's the best. I'm glad this isn't the kind of establishment that judges people's umbrella habits, she teases. Safe space. Anything else? Do you have hot drinks? He thinks it over. Not very good ones, but if you're desperate, we have shitty coffee and Lipton tea. You're not a very good salesman, she says, still smiling. He shrugs. It's really cheap, so at least there's that. You get what you pay for. He'd like her to stick around, but honesty and recognition of just how shitty their coffee is compels him to add, you can also take your new umbrella to the coffee shop down the street. Which do you recommend? How hard is it raining? He asks after an appropriate pause. She actually laughs, looks about as surprised by the sound as he is. I'll risk it, she says, and he assumes she means the coffee shop, but then she adds, I think shitty coffee is better. I assume if I put enough milk and sugar in it, it'll taste like milk and sugar. You would think that, but I'm not convinced. He wets his lips, not sure where to go from here. He has no reason to talk to Clark Griffin. He's done his part in this. More than his part, even. It's a nice celebrity encounter. Coffee's right over here, he says. Feel free to do whatever you can to make it drinkable. He goes back to the register and pulls out his phone, mostly so he won't try to talk to her or anything stupid like that. Me. Clark Griffin is here, just so teenage you can be jealous. Octavia. Yeah, pretend this is about teenage me. How embarrassing are you being? Scale from 1 to 10. Me. I'm being cool, shut up. Octavia. What part of her body did you ask her to sign? Was it just one? How much of your body is signed? Is there any clean skin left? Me. I am at work. I'm a professional. I'll just save her receipt. Clark comes over to the register and slides him her coffee with the umbrella. He rings her up and she pays with cash, so no credit card receipt, but it's not like he really minds. She hangs out checking her phone and sipping her coffee, and she gives him a smile before she leaves. So yeah, he's awesome with celebrities. He's not planning to mention the encounter to Marie, largely because he doesn't know what he'd say about it to Marie. Marie is a generally confusing and difficult part of his life because, well, he likes Marie in a way he wasn't really prepared for. He got on Tumblr back when O went off to college and decided that was going to be her social media platform, and he'd only ever planned to interact with her there. Which wasn't even a good plan because basically all Octavia does on Tumblr is reblog weird aesthetics stuff and memes from Denny's, at least on the Tumblr she's telling him about, so it wasn't like he really learned much about her life. He just kind of started blogging about TV shows he liked and complaining about things and stumbled into Tumblr culture basically entirely by accident. But for all he's kind of involved in fandom on BB Hate and has a surprising number of followers and fans on Hollywood Histories, he doesn't really have a lot of friends on Tumblr. Murray was unexpected, and he still feels like he doesn't know what to do with her. He talks to her more than he talks to anyone he knows, aside from possibly Miller and his sister, and he feels like he knows her pretty well. More than that, he feels like he'd like to know her better, and he's still not sure how to do that. But telling her he's still buzzing from seeing a cute celebrity definitely feels like the wrong way to handle it. So, of course, that's one of the days she asks. Touch to the sky. Any celebrities today? He thinks about lying, but that would be a dick move, right? And what's the point of lying? People have celebrity crushes. They definitely have talked about all kinds of both celebrities and hot people before, so there's no reason he can't mention this one. She probably thinks Clark Griffin is hot too. She generally has good taste. BB Hate. Clark Griffin. Touch the Sky. From the Dragon Show, right? BB Hate. Yeah, she got caught in the rain and needed an umbrella. I was incredibly cool about it. I'm pretty sure she has no idea I've got a huge thing for her. Feels a little stupid to add, but Miller and Octavia don't like women and don't want to gossip with him, or would just mock him, so Marie is definitely his best option. And maybe she'll get jealous. He wouldn't mind if she did. It would probably help him deal with his stupid feelings. Touch the Sky. Definitely not. I'm sure you were very subtle. BB Hate. Your sarcasm is not appreciated. I'm great with celebrities. She stuck around to drink her coffee, so I couldn't have been that bad. Do you watch that show? Touch the Sky. Not religiously. BB-8. I'm just saying she's even hotter in person. And she laughed at my shitty self-deprecating humor, so we're probably getting married. Touch the sky. I'm happy for you. There's a lull in the conversation, and he's hoping a little bit that she is jealous, because if she was, it would make him feel a lot better about his life. That sentence is bad. I need to edit it. Touch the sky. You know, usually you don't objectify the celebrities. Is Clark Griffin really hotter than a Jonas brother? BB-8. Have you ever seen a picture of Clark Griffin? Or a Jonas brother? Seriously, no comparison. He hesitates for a second, but he met Clark Griffin, and she's cool and pretty, and he made her laugh, and someone should definitely appreciate how great that is. Murray remains his best bet. BB-8. But yeah, she seems cool. My sister was really into her when she was trying to have a musical career, and I saw all these interviews where she turned from, privileged white girl who thought her bisexuality meant she was oppressed to actually informed feminist who cares about intersectionality. And she's cute. Yeah, anyway, that was your Clark Griffin aside. How was your day? Touch the sky. Surprisingly good. Got kind of soaked, but yeah, really good. BB-8. Yeah? What happened? Touch the sky. Had an important work meeting. Went well. I don't know, just kind of a good feeling. I think stuff is going my way. BB-8. Cool. I hope so. Touch the sky. Yeah, me too. Bellamy has a few regulars at the store. They're the people who make him feel guilty, the ones who come in every day after work to buy lottery tickets and cigarettes and make him want to take them aside and explain how much of a scam these things are. They're the ones who come in for frozen meals, the lady who's hungover every Saturday morning and comes in for shitty coffee and one of their awful breakfast burritos, the guy who says they're the only place who carries his favorite candy bar. And then, suddenly, there's Clark Griffin. She comes in for the second time 4 days after the first. It's the same time of day, so maybe she knows someone in the area. There are some agents around, some gyms, some places that definitely could be destinations, even for someone like her. She picks up an Arizona green tea, a bag of popcorn, and one of their Sudoku books. You know, a Sudoku app is actually cheaper, right? He asks. Most of his conversation started about money, which is unfortunate because Clark Griffin can afford to buy whatever she feels like. She doesn't need to worry about budgets. I like having to keep track of the numbers myself, she says. The phone feels like cheating. Yeah, okay, I can see that, I guess, he says, and she thanks him and takes off. A week after that, she gets a peanut butter Twix, and 5 days after that, she asks if they have batteries. Yeah, next to the umbrellas, he tells her, and wonders if she actually remembers he's the same guy who helped her before. She remembers where the umbrellas are, at least. But she probably doesn't know exactly how many times she's been in the store while he's working. She's the celebrity, he's just the help. Even non-famous people tend to see employees as part of the decoration. 3 days later, she buys another pack of batteries, another tea, and another Sudoku book. Already done with the first one? He asks. I have a lot of downtime at my job, she says. I assume you can relate. It's nice that she doesn't act like he should know who she is, and kind of cute that she's comparing time off between takes to working at a convenience store. He's pretty confident their jobs have nothing in common, but he appreciates her pretending. Yeah, but I cheat and use my phone, he says, and she smiles. So I'm definitely better at Sudoku than you are. No question. He gives her a change. Have a good day. Thanks, you too. The next time she comes in, he isn't expecting her at all. It's 10:47 on a Friday night, and he's so bored that time feels like it's going backward. He just wants to close up, go home, and hear about whatever shitty movie Marie's decided to watch. It's just what he needs. He's had a long week, and it's not even over yet. The distraction sounds perfect. When the bell chimes, he almost groans, but then he sees it's Clark Griffin, and he manages a smile, even through his confusion. It's almost 11. She's never been in so late. He has no idea what she'd be doing in this neighborhood at this time of night. It would be weird if he offered to walk her to her car, right? But she might get mugged. He'd feel bad. Only one way to find out. He gives her a smile when she gets to the counter and says, "Hi, need help finding anything?" Weirdly, she looks anxious. He can see her swallow, close her eyes, and take a breath. No, she says. Her eyes lock on his. I don't really like watching movies alone. Maybe she's drunk. She seems pretty coherent, but he has no idea what she's talking about, so something must be up. Maybe she's on one of those drugs that he's not famous enough to have access to. That's probably a thing. Okay. Sorry about that, he offers. Clark nods like she's making her mind up about something. And it's not really the same doing it online. Like, I like talking to you on Tumblr, but I think it would be a lot more fun in person, you know? Bellamy's brain basically just stops. For a second. He doesn't talk to many people on Tumblr, especially not about watching movies. There's only one person like that, in fact. She's smiling at him, fond and shy all at once. I bet you get really annoyed and yell at the TV and everything, she continues, as he tries to figure out a response, but the words aren't coming. He just swallows, and Clark's smile grows. I don't really know what the protocol is for revealing your secret internet identity, but hi, I'm Touch the Sky on Tumblr. I'm a big fan of yours. He finally gets his voice working enough to croak. Marie? She blushes a little, and some separate part of Bellamy's brain feels kind of smug that he's making Clark Griffin blush. Clark Griffin is totally self-conscious. Because of him. My middle name, she explains, like that was what he was asking. Clark Marie Griffin. It was easy to remember. He starts, but he doesn't actually know what to say yet. Clark Griffin is his internet friend. Clark Griffin is the girl he's been kind of developing a thing for, and she's somehow been coming into his store just to see him, probably. Which at least gives him something to say. How? She bites her lip, expression caught between pride and embarrassment. Luck? I don't know. I liked your blog. I wanted to talk to you. Real life, I found you totally by accident. I was kind of looking, though, she adds. Just, paying a lot of attention to guys who worked at convenience stores. Clark Griffin likes his blog, cares about his opinion, thinks his dorky sense of humor is funny, and was looking for him in convenience stores. Maybe every time she asked him if he'd seen any celebrities, it was because she'd seen someone who could be him and wanted to check. That could actually be a thing. He shakes his head, bringing his brain back to the task at hand. Okay, so what are you doing here? Making friends, she says, but immediately rethinks it. No, scratch that. I really like you, so... Making friends was already a way better answer than he thought he'd get, because Clark Griffin wants to be his friend. But apparently she... Wait, are you asking me out? He asks, flabbergasted. Would she notice if he pinched himself? She'd probably get it. She has to understand how fucking surreal this is. Yeah, that probably would have been a better way to do this, she says, flushing. Sorry if that's weird. He barks out a laugh, and he can see her relax. Yeah, he teases. It's incredibly weird. This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. Which still feels like an understatement. Marie's here, and she's asking him out, and she's a gorgeous, famous celebrity who wants to hang out and watch bad movies on Netflix with him. Nothing is ever going to be this weird again in his entire life, he's pretty sure. Half of him is still expecting it to be some elaborate prank. I didn't want to be an asshole or anything about asking where you were in California. I am a little drunk, and I am definitely getting my words mixed up. Please enjoy this. I didn't want to be an asshole about asking you where in California you lived or anything, he finally admits. But I really wanted to know. She grins, and it's just way too much. Fuck, I really wasn't expecting this. Sorry I didn't tell you earlier, she offers, sounding like she really means it. It wasn't supposed to be a thing. I just wanted something for myself, I guess. Somewhere no one knew who I was, and I could just have fun. He laughs. You know, when I think about Hollywood stars trying to live normal lives, Tumblr's never been involved. Don't blame me for your lack of imagination, she shoots back, and it's her. It's just like talking to Marie, live and in person. And a celebrity. Jesus, it really is you. That's why I came down. I was pretty sure you weren't going to believe me if I just told you online that I was Clark Griffin. I barely believe you now. She smiled, and he'd say he has no idea what to do, but he knows exactly what he wants. Clark is right here, and is Murray, and she wants to go out with him. It's so obvious what he should be doing. Except he's at work. He checks his phone, finds it's only 10:56, not even closing time yet. His entire life has been upended, and it's only been 10 fucking minutes. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna know if I close up 4 minutes early, so he slides out from behind the counter so he can lock the door and flip the sign, but he still needs another second before he can just go over there. She's a few inches shorter than he is, and she's smiling up at him, leaning in because she somehow, for some reason, wants to kiss him. Clark, he breathes, and then cracks the moment open when he laughs. Shit, you're Clark Griffin, he adds, like she doesn't know. She rolls her eyes, but looks amused. Yeah, and we could be making out if you just got over it. I'm Clark Griffin, you're Bellamy, whatever your last name is. Nice to meet you in person. Blake, Bellamy Blake, he tells her. And then he kisses Clark Griffin, and she doesn't seem to mind at all. So, did you seriously ask me if I'd seen a celebrity every time you went into a convenience store? Not every time, Clark protests. She's sitting on her couch with her legs tucked under her, wearing a nightshirt and nothing else, and it still doesn't feel real, whatever's happening. He's fucked Clark Griffin and woken up with her in his arms, and now he's in her apartment, drinking her coffee, thinking about calling in sick to work for once in his life. He's earned it, right? He's got a new celebrity girlfriend. He's so justified. He sits down next to her, and she snuggles into him. There's no way he's going into work. Not at all. How many times? He asks. Like 3? Just when I went somewhere with a male employee around your age who looked like he might be biracial, she says. She worries her lip. I was really hoping it was you, though. The time that it was. Not to be shallow, but you were hot, so I wanted you to be you. She makes a face. This is really confusing to talk about. He grins. You think I'm hot, huh? I figured the way I dragged you home to fuck you within an hour of meeting you was a tip-off. You knew it was me for weeks, he points out. And you weren't fucking me then. No, but I wanted to be. Once I found out it was you. Romantic, he says, and leans down to kiss her again. It's supposed to be quick, but she sets her coffee aside and slides into his lap, so it's hard to care about stopping. Seriously, you're really hot, she murmurs, trailing her fingers up his sides. I can't believe I got this lucky. You can't believe you got this lucky, he teases. Which one of us is dating the actual movie star? He freezes, realizing. Assuming we're dating. Clark laughs and nuzzles his jaw. I'm more of a TV star, but yeah, we're definitely dating. She pauses. But dating a celebrity isn't really that great, honestly. It sounds cool, but you have to go to events and the press will want to talk to you and I get to date you, he points out. So I'll live. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure dating Clark Griffin isn't as great as some of my fans think it is. Maybe not, but dating Clark Marie Griffin is going to be fucking awesome. That does sound pretty awesome, she agrees. She slides off his lap, picking up her coffee and finding the remote. You know, we never actually watched that shitty movie last night. You in? One sick day. You can afford one sick day. It's worth it. I'm in, he says. Do your worst. Okay, that's the end of that part. We'll be back with the next part. I don't remember what it's called. This one has really easy titles too, but yeah, no, I do not remember. Anyway, we'll be back with that a week from today at 8 p.m. EST, so I'll see you then. Probably without having had a drink first, because apparently I do not have alcohol tolerance, and I can't talk well. Have a good night, stay safe. Good night.